So, tonight, got a couple of things to play around with for sounds. Drinking some blue Powerade. It's blue color, blue flavor, blue sugar, mountain berry blast, I guess. I had some juice earlier. I just dumped this on top of that, so Lord only knows how that will come out. Last night, I'm also, before I talk about last night, I'm also eating some mozzarella breaded cheese sticks with barbecue sauce, because that's the way I roll. These are actually some kind of something farms, I can't remember. They're actually pretty tasty, high class fried mozzarella. Probably actually taste better if they're fried. I make them in the toaster oven. And the barbecue sauce is sweet and spicy, Sweet Baby Ray's, because why not? These were perfect about 15 minutes ago, but my littlest son decided he didn't want to go to sleep, so they're cooled off in the meantime. They're still pretty good though. So what happened last night was that I had started to record a video. Just some, actually this activity that I'm going to do here, which is making these custom name tags, cube tags for people at work. This was a prize that I offered from an activity that we did for our winter bash, and it's been surprisingly popular. But I'm very behind on getting them done because it's August and I promised this in December. So I thought I should probably finish those up, and I thought there might be some good kind of cutting papery noises. So I thought I'd make that video. Well, so what happened is I fired up my laptop here. You can see the corner of it. This is the one that I've used for making most of my videos, actually pretty much all of them. And I've probably mentioned before that it's fairly old. It's like 6 years old or so, 5 or 6 years, and it's got a solid state drive in it, or solid state, I should call it that, but whatever, it's fine. And I think it's just wearing out. Solid state's susceptible to a lot of writes will wear it out, and you have it around that long, it's just gonna wear out. So anyways, I was having trouble because I was working on this other thing I was doing, and it wouldn't work, and then I couldn't get the software to load. So I said, okay, I'm not gonna bother with this. I'll try on my box. I've got a custom build that I recently merged. I moved everything out of my office area where I was doing the videos and into the dark corner of a room, so that I can renovate the office area. And so all of the computer stuff came here. So over that way, which you can't see and I'm not going to show you, is a custom build that I built 9 years ago, I think, maybe almost 10 at this point. Well, no, I was married then, and I don't think I'd had the eldest boy, so 9 years old or so, maybe 8. I originally installed XP on it, if that means anything to anybody. A long time ago. Anyway, so since that's here, I thought I would transfer, I would get all set up and it has Windows 10 on it. I moved all my stuff up to Windows 10 because I'm crazy, I guess, I don't know. And got my webcam set up, and I got my microphone set up, this microphone right here, and that webcam right there. And turns out I don't have drivers for controlling the webcam, so I can't turn the autofocus off, so the focus is going to go in and out. And I tried a different webcam, except there aren't any drivers for that for Windows 10. This is how old my stuff is. But you know, it's no big deal. I get it all set up, and I was just going to do a little practice doohickey. Anyway, so I start in, I do about 10 minutes, if that, of prep, and then I did about, I don't know, 2 minutes of recording, and it just cut off. The computer just shut off. It's been doing this once in a while. I thought the last time it happened that it was that the cord was broken and I had jiggled it, but it didn't do anything like that this time around. I talked to my friend who is a computer repair guy earlier today. He said, you know, with a motherboard that old, it's possible that the capacitors are just worn out. Anytime you have an energy fluctuation, it gets weird. If they're worn out, it'll just go off. I've also been wondering if my fan might have died. I do have a processor fan, and if the processor overheats, it will just shut off. And I haven't noticed that there's any rev up. It will rev up. The processor fan is supposed to bump up the speed if it gets hot, but if it's burned out, it won't do that. So it's possible that that's what's going on. It is old. I ordered new parts. They'll be here in a couple of days, so I have a new setup pretty soon, I hope. Anyway, that said, let me have another one of these things. Oh, apparently I have a little magnetic paperclip holder on my monitor. So when I went to put this box of tacks on it, it just took down. I didn't expect it. That's pretty funny. I'm going to put it on the other side instead. So as you can see, if you're familiar with it, this is a picture of Rorschach, who is a, I guess we could call him a superhero. He's not really a hero. He's got some dubious traits from the Watchmen. This is from a series they did, that DC Comics did, that was before Watchmen. And this was a cover that originally had Rorschach on the side. And so I took it out, and actually Rorschach has most of the letters of Chris in it, and so I rearranged them. This one's for Chris, if you hadn't figured that out. One of the fun things about doing these name tags is that I've gone around to talk to the people in the group that won them and asked them, you know, what are things they enjoy, what are things they like to do, hobbies that they have, or favorite stories, favorite movies, that sort of thing. And Chris is a big fan of Watchmen, so I asked him which one, you know, which character was his favorite, and he said Rorschach. So this is what he gets for his name tag. This is slightly less elaborate than a lot of the other ones I've done. Most of them are cut paper, and I do hand-drawn names in different styles because it's fun. I did one of, well, I didn't do I printed the image in color of Starry Starry Night, but I did the guy's name in Van Gogh font, I guess you could call it, so it looked like Van Gogh's signature. I actually drew it myself. I didn't actually print it out, but I wrote it myself in gold pen, and it took me several tries to get it to look right, so that was a cool one. And then first one I did was the guy was a what team is it? Baltimore Ravens, I think. Sorry, I'm a Pats fan. I don't really know any other teams, but I believe it's purple and gold are their colors. And so I did a purple and gold one for him with had like, I don't know, different color, different patterned purple and gold papers and ribbon on it, which sounds kind of cheesy, but I thought it looked really cool, and so did he. He really liked it. Be close enough. This is some, can't really tell from the video, but this is some nice cardstock. I don't know if you can see the texture on it. It's got a nice, they call it, it's a woven texture. There's a word for that. Maybe it's just woven. I don't know. I use the smooth side for the lay flat, and then this is just some foam board that I cut into pieces. I didn't do a great job of it. You could actually see the line where I was supposed to cut it. I missed it. Oh no! If the autofocus will come back. Thanks. So let's get a little bit of junk out of it, but that's okay because this is gonna go on top, so you won't be able to see it anyway. Or maybe you will. Jeez, I thought I had made that big enough. It didn't even occur to me to look. Okay, in that case we're going to need to make it a little smaller. This was a good excuse to use my utility knife. I should have gotten my cutting instead, but didn't feel it getting up there much better. Okay. Now, so about the tacks, the way to get this to stay is to put tacks in it. I picked these because they have long posts, whatever you call these things. And they will go through the foam board with a little bit of help. And then they stick into the cubicle wall. If I use these, I have some flatter ones that actually aren't quite as long and dig out a spot, but I think that's actually plenty of post to stick into the wall. So. Sorry. Let's see if I can get some sticky sounds. I think that looks pretty good. We'll see how the video comes out. Maybe I'll do a couple more of these. Do like cut paper sounds. The hard part is that I kind of well, I make a lot of mistakes usually. This one was fairly simple because it's just cutting the picture on the border and then sticking it down. Some of the others are a little more complicated. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to finish eating this cheese stick while I put this stuff away. just noticed I have this here. I was going to tell you guys, I mentioned in one of my videos that I was going to see a pulmonary specialist about the problems I was having with breathing, and she said she does think it's asthma. I have a follow-up scheduled in a couple of weeks, and she gave me this inhaler to use. It's an inhaled corticosteroid to take the inflammation down in my lungs. I have to use this and my regular inhaler when I need it. This I do every day, twice a day. So we'll see how that goes. It's a relief. She said it can be triggered by allergies, but if I wasn't having allergies, it could be that triggered the inflammation, and then I just didn't have anything to take the inflammation down. So we'll see. We'll see. It's already. I do feel better already, so it's good. All right, that's a little update, a little craft with you. I'll talk to you again soon.